WWE United States Champion Jacob Fatu shocked the world when he betrayed Solo Sikoa, costing him the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. While a feud between both men had been brewing for months, the moment finally paid off as one of the most shocking betrayals in recent memory, and fans have not stopped talking about it since. Given the strength of the bloodline and the current pairing of Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo, it's evident that Jacob Fatu will have to face consequences for his actions at Money in the Bank. Fatu is the reigning United States champion and has proven to be one of the top stars on the roster in recent months. Solo Sikoa could ask Fatu to acknowledge him on SmackDown this week if he wanted to get out of the consequences of his betrayal. However, considering Fatu's character, acknowledging Solo at this point doesn't seem to be in the plan. Solo Sikoa and JC Mateo could launch a brutal attack on the champion during SmackDown after Fatu refuses to acknowledge him, intending to injure him and sideline him from WWE for a few weeks, thus forcing him to relinquish his title. This could be the perfect story to further book a massive match between Sikoa and Fatu on a stage like SummerSlam or a future premium live event, allowing for more time and additional depth to the storyline. A potential showdown between both men is already generating a lot of excitement among fans. With many twists and turns still possible in the storyline, it would be quite interesting to see who gains the upper hand by the end of the rivalry. Fans will have to wait and see what WWE has in store for the stars. While fans have been quite excited to see Jacob Fatu and Solo Sikoa face off against each other, WWE veteran Vince Russo addressed the potential rivalry during an edition of Sportskeeda Wrestling's Brodown and highlighted a major problem in the feud. While both Solo and Jacob have been tremendous on the mic, the legend stated that WWE has been failing in the final moments of the promo, which has become quite an issue in recent memory. It would be very interesting to see how things play out between Sikoa and Fatu from here, and whether both men will be able to overcome the issue pointed out by the legend. Fans will have to wait and see what's next in the massive storyline. June 2025. WWE Universe is buzzing as rumors heat up about an explosive twist in the United States Championship scene. Reigning champion Jacob Fatu, the wrecking ball of the Samoan dynasty, and one of the most dominant forces on SmackDown, may be forced to vacate the U.S. title, not because of injury, but because a top WWE star just sent him packing in shocking fashion. Yep, the man they call the Samoan Werewolf might have finally met his match. And if the whispers are true, everything is about to change. Let's break it down. Who is Jacob Fatu? For those who've been living under a steel chair, Jacob Fatu, former MLW World Champion and now WWE's most fearsome acquisition of 2025, has been an absolute problem since arriving on SmackDown. Standing 6'2", 285 pounds, with the ferocity of Umaga and the unpredictability of Bray Wyatt, Fatu steamrolled through the roster upon his debut. In less than 3 months, he captured the United States Championship from Austin Theory in a brutal, no disqualification match that left the crowd chanting, "This is war." But Fatu didn't just win matches. He destroyed legacies. Sheamus, Ricochet, and LA Knight all fell. And with Paul Heyman whispering in his ear and the lingering shadow of the bloodline around him, many believed Fatu was untouchable. Until now. The shocking twist. A WWE star sends him packing? At last Friday's SmackDown taping in Dallas, TX, something unexpected happened during a main event dark segment that was never aired, but quickly leaked online. In front of a stunned crowd, Braun Breaker, the former NXT champion and rising powerhouse on Raw, made a surprise appearance. The two behemoths stared each other down. Tension turned into a brawl. And according to fans in attendance, Braun speared Fatu clean through the LED barricade, knocking him out cold. Security and referees rushed in, and after several minutes, Fatu was helped out of the arena by medics, looking legitimately shaken. Now, WWE has yet to air the footage or issue a statement, but dirt sheets and insiders are already reporting that Jacob Fatu suffered a storyline or real-life injury during the altercation and may be written off television for an extended period. Injury angle, or real drama behind the scenes? There are two major theories floating around right now. 1. The injury is legit, Some insiders say Fatu may have tweaked his shoulder or neck during the brawl with Breakker. Given WWE's new emphasis on talent wellness, it's possible they're having him vacate the US title as a safety precaution. But here's the twist. WWE may turn it into a storyline of vulnerability, playing up the idea that even monsters can fall, paving the way for a redemption arc later in the year. 2. Creative shakeup. Other sources claim that Fatu may be taken off television not for injury, but for a creative reboot. WWE reportedly sees world champion potential in Fatu and doesn't want him trapped in the mid-card scene. The United States title, while prestigious, may be too small a pond for a shark like Fatu. This way, vacating the title, especially if he's attacked or betrayed by someone, could free him up for a main event push by SummerSlam. Braun Breakker, the next US champ? Braun Breakker's involvement raises big questions. Why attack Fatu? Why now? Sources say WWE has been looking for a way to bring Braun back into a title picture after a lukewarm run on Raw. A feud with Fatu, two hard-hitting second-generation monsters, writes itself. It's Goldberg versus Lesnar 2025 style. If Fatu vacates the title, it opens up the path for a US Championship tournament, and Braun Breakker would instantly be a top contender. Imagine Braun versus Carmelo Hayes, Braun versus Solo Sikoa, Braun versus Fatu again, this time on a grand stage like Survivor Series. What happens to the US title now? If Jacob Fatu is indeed stripped or forced to relinquish the belt, WWE has several compelling options. Option 1. One-night tournament. A single-night showdown at an upcoming premium live event. Maybe Money in the Bank, featuring 4 to 8 top superstars vying for the gold. Option 2. Weekly tournament on SmackDown. An 8-man bracket leading up to SummerSlam, with Braun, Montez Ford, Santos Escobar, and others involved. Option 3. A shocking return challenger. Could a returning legend, say AJ Styles or Randy Orton, step in to claim the vacated title? WWE loves surprises. Fatu's next move. Return with vengeance? Don't expect Jacob Fatu to take this lying down. If this storyline continues as many expect, Fatu will be sent packing, but not gone forever. In classic WWE fashion, we could see cryptic vignettes, dark promos, or even Paul Heyman dropping subtle teases about the wolf licking his wounds. And when Fatu does return, it might not be for the US title. It might be Roman Reigns. The internal struggle of the Samoan dynasty is one of WWE's richest storylines, and Fatu could eventually emerge as either Bloodline's next enforcer or its destroyer. Fan reactions, shock, hype, and theories everywhere. Social media is going wild with the news. Here are some standout fan takes. Fatu versus Breakker is the feud we didn't know we needed. This is going to be brutal. If Fatu's being moved up to the main event, we're eating good this year. Vacate the title, but keep the chaos. I'm all in. Watch WWE bring back the Hurt Business or something and slide into this story. Final word. A new era incoming? Whether it's injury, storyline, or creative evolution, one thing is clear. Jacob Fatu's hold on the US title is slipping, and WWE is ready to shake things up. If this marks the end of his reign, it will go down as one of the most dominant and unpredictable in recent memory. But if it's just the beginning of a bigger story,